Hi there, Mark here again, and today I'm going to be reviewing and testing this brand new professional rotary power tool from DEPSTECH. As you probably know, the market leader in this sector is Dremel, but with an impressive specification and a 128 part accessory set included, this new tool just might be a match for a Dremel at a fraction of the price. So let's get it out of the box and have a good look at it. So the first thing to note is it comes in a really sturdy carry case. It's nice and solid and good for storage and carrying around, and it's got a nice set of clips on it, nice and sturdy. So let's just open that up. Okay, so we'll just get the manual out the way, and there's a bit of a warning sheet there. So here's the tool itself, and as you can see, it's a corded power tool. We've got accessories here, a few more over there, and the thing that really impressed me about this as well is that it comes with this flexible shaft, which should add a whole new kind of dimension to the uses that we can put this tool to. But let's have a look at the actual unit itself first. Now, DEPSTECH have been making endoscope inspection tools for many years, and they've got an excellent track record. And now they've launched this new range of rotary tools, and you can just tell from the feel of it straight away that this is a quality piece of kit. It feels good in hand, it's not too heavy, it's a pretty reasonable size. We've got this kind of rubberized soft touch finish there for the grip, so it's nice and easy to hold on to. And the thing I noticed straight away is that it's got on-off switch there underneath, and separately we've got the speed selector at the top here. So the fact you can leave it set at whatever speed is useful for the job you're working on, and then just turn it off, and then when you come back to it, it's going at the speed that you have selected, which is cool. So as I said earlier, this has got a really good specification. If you take a look on Amazon where this is available and look at the competition, most of these tools are ranging from about 130 watts up to about 170, 175. This is a 200 watt machine, so it should have pretty much the most power that you will find anything in this category. And also the speed of it is impressive. It will go from the lowest setting of 10,000 RPM up to a maximum, which is number 6 there, of 40,000 RPM, which is a good 5,000 RPM faster than most of the competition. So let's have a look at those accessories. So that's everything out of the box. Let's have a quick look at what we get. So we'll start from this, we'll just quickly run through them. So here we've got loads of sanding discs. So it's all the one kind of grade, but that should be useful for sanding any kind of material really. And then we've got a big tub of cutting discs. There's a little fine narrow cutting discs. Then we've got these sanding bands for sanding down, and then you've got this mandrel that they mount onto, so you just push them over the end and then you tighten up the screw on the end, and it just expands that rubber that's in there and holds it tightly. So we've got 5 of these bigger cut-off discs, and I think they're made of fiberglass, but they've cut steel and so on with those. We've got a diamond coated cutting disc, and I think that's for hard materials like stone and glass, that kind of thing. A stainless steel polishing tool, a couple of drills, and we've got a nice selection of different shaped grinding or engraving tools, and I think those look like they're diamond tipped also. Got a spiral cutting tool, and again a good selection of ceramic grinding and polishing wheels, some felt polishing wheels, and then you've also got the mandrel that holds them. You just simply screw the mandrel into the polishing wheel, and yeah, that'll hold it then. That'd be great for putting a great shiny finish on something, but you will need usually to put some polish on those. Got 2 collets of different sizes. These are for holding the tools. There's a smaller one, and I think the standard size, which is 3mm or 1/8 of an inch, I think they call it, which is you know, you can get accessory sets and they will all be in that standard size. You get 2 mandrels. These are for holding the circular tools. I'll just show you how to use those. So there's a screw in the end, you need to take that out. You've got your 2 washers, so take the one washer off. Put your screw through with the washer on it, and then you want your red washer on the other side, and then screw that into the shaft. Then get your tool, insert it into the end, all the way in, and then you've got this lock button here, press that, turn that around so it stops the spindle from turning. Again, with a supplied spanner, you can just nip that up, and then still holding that button in to stop the shaft from turning, just tighten that up. So you don't really want something like this flying off when it's doing 40,000 revs, because that could do some serious damage, I tell you. So yeah, make sure you get that nice and tightly done up. So that's how you use those mandrels. Another accessory you get is this chuck. I really do like this. So this is an adjustable chuck. Basically, with the collets that you use for the other attachments, it's a fixed size, but this actually does, when we attach it to the tool, just zooming out, hopefully you can see it working there, and this works like the jaws on any kind of normal drill that you'll get. So you can probably see those closing in as I wind it up. So there you go. So that'll hold any size tool really that'll fit in there. Another really handy attachment is this kind of protective guard. Again, so you've got this collar on here, you can take that off and replace it with this clear cover. So as you can see with it attached, you can rotate it to get it in the position that you want it, and that will protect you from all the debris that's flying off the workpiece. So while that collar's removed, we'll show you last but not least the flexible shaft, which is again something that I think is a real bonus for this tool. So you need to pull out the centre of the shaft a little bit, pop it into the end of the rotary tool, nip it up, and then screw the collar on. What I'll do is I'll just get these tools here tidied out the way, and we'll have a look at this. Okay, with that fitted, you can use the provided wrench here. You have to lock the chuck with that. We can get one of our tools, and again just nip that up and remove that, and that's ready for use. I've got to say, you can probably see from this, look at that, it's very, I know it's a flexible shaft, but it's more flexible than I thought, and that really does allow it to move nice and freely, and can hold it like a pen, and obviously get a lot more intricate work done like that. And another nice feature is that you've got this clip, just fold out, and you can hold the unit up, fix it on a hook or a screw or something, and that's the best way to use it. It's up and out of the way, and you've got the freedom to move about with the workpiece itself. So that is fantastic. I look forward to trying that out. Okay, just taking that back off. Right, for now, this thing is ticking all the boxes for me. But let's see what it sounds like when turning on. So we've got on the lowest setting. I have noticed that this isn't, it doesn't click, it just progressively winds up. So let's see. So that's the lowest speed. I've got to say, it's not too noisy, or not at that speed. And there's no noticeable vibration at all. Very, very smooth. So let's wind it up. I think it's going to get louder now. Yeah, and as you can see, as I wind it up, it's very progressive. It doesn't sort of notch from one speed to another. It's fully linear. Up to 4. Okay, that's 40,000 revs. Wow, look at that. It's not vibrating either. Oh, that's brilliant. You can hear me now. It probably sounded awful on the microphone on my camera, but I assure you it isn't that loud. And like I said, the amazing thing is it's really, really smooth, virtually no vibration whatsoever. So let's get something in the end of this, and let's go and take it outside and give it a test. Okay, so the first tool I'm going to use is the small cutting wheel, the very thin one. I'm just going to try and chop off the end of this old screw. So we'll put it on about 4,000 revs and see how it goes. There we go, that was quite easy to do. Now we're going to have a go with a much bigger piece. This is a 10mm bar. I'm going to use the bigger cut-off wheel for this one. And if you can, make sure you clamp it down like I have in a vice or something. Make sure you've got it clamped, because you really don't want to be holding on to that while you're trying to cut through. It can be quite dangerous. So there you go, there's a bigger cutting wheel fitted. Let's see how we get on with this. Wow, that made light work of that. That is pretty impressive. I've got to say, don't put any pressure on the tool, let the tool do the cutting, and it didn't slow down really at all. Yeah, so that it's definitely got the power to cut through much thicker material, as you've just seen. And here we have quite a thick steel bracket. Already had a chop at this for something else, but let's have a go with that wheel again and see if we can cut through this. Wow, that was a piece of cake. This is much easier than using a hacksaw. I've got a nasty jagged edge on that. Let's see if we can smooth it off with one of the sanding tools. So let's have a go with the drum. I'll turn the speed down a bit for this one. And that's left a beautiful smooth finish on that. I do like that tool. That's really quick and easy to use and very effective. So while I've got that tool still fitted, let's see if we can clean up these pruning shears. So that's made a fantastic job of that, and it's put a lovely sharp edge on as well. So yeah, 2 jobs in one there. Now I've got a tarnished 2p piece. Let's see if we can shine that up using the wire brush. Wow, what a difference. Well, that was on the lowest speed, and it still made light work of polishing that up. So now I've got a big piece of ceramic tile. I'm going to try cutting it with the diamond cutting disc. So I'm not going to bother cutting all the way through, but you can see it cut really easily into that high speed. I was using about 30,000 revs, and yeah, easy peasy. Okay, so I'm pretty sure you can use the same diamond cutting disc on wood, so we'll have a quick go at this, but you shouldn't use it on steel because I think it will damage the blade. Yep, works well on wood. I'm just going to have a last go on wood with the sanding drum. And again, you can see it quickly and easily removes all the material, and it leaves a really nice smooth finish. So there you go. You just saw me finishing off by testing out the flexible shaft with one of these diamond engraving tools on the end, and it works a treat on glass, on steel, and even cuts into wood really well. So that's a great and useful tool, and like I say, adds to the flexibility and the different uses of this rotary tool. So is it as good as a Dremel? Well, I think it probably is. It's certainly well made, it's easy to use, it's got plenty of power, certainly wasn't lacking in that department. It's got lovely smooth variable speed, and it did everything that I asked of it. So I've got to say, I totally recommend this, and you can get this at some bargain prices on Amazon. I'll put some links in the description, and all that leaves for me to say now is thanks for following along, and I hope to see you on the next one. Bye.